Okay, so 2020 and I was scrolling through YouTube and suddenly I see seven men dressed in bright pink and dancing and singing in a complete sync which literally hijacked my heart at that point. And mind you, I was a pink hater at that point. Not anymore though, but at that point, and still, these seven men managed to hijack my heart in pink outfits. I didn't know it then, but my heart fell into a rabbit hole and it changed me. It changed me completely. Hi guys, this is me Priya. Welcome back to my channel. And today I'm going to share some real life lessons which I have learned in my journey as a fan of this group called BTS, not only as an army but also as a person who is navigating through life, through self doubts, through chaos and healing. So, this video is gonna be a little personal, and with that, let's dive into what lessons I have learned through these 6 years as a fan. Love Yourself isn't just an album, but it's a lifestyle. So, when I was going through their album Love Yourself, I thought after listening to the album, okay, it's a cool message. But then time went on, and I realized that loving yourself isn't as easy as it seems. It's harder than we can think of. It's messy and it's not linear like we think. Through their lyrics, their speeches, and just watching them embrace their own flaws and strengths, I slowly as well began to do similar things. And in his 2018 UN speech, RM, the leader of the group BTS, gave an amazing speech, and at the end he said to speak yourself, and that one phrase did something to me for the first time. And after that I started to own my own story and not let anyone else command it. You are allowed to break and rebuild. As a fan, we have seen multiple phases of BTS as a group and of individual members from the group. So once I saw this live Sugar did where he talked about his struggles with depression and social anxiety. Then in one of their documentaries, I saw how Jimin broke down on stage and how he cried in front of so many people. And we have also seen Jin talk about some anxiety, and that too with brutal honesty and no sugarcoating. So, all these incidents just showcased that they are not some perfect idols we think of. They are not someone who wants to be worshipped or who wants to be there on a pedestal. They showcased that even heroes, they too break down, they too need time to heal. And somehow all these little things made me realize that even I am allowed to fall apart, and that even I should have the permission to break down and then to rebuild myself, and that too at my own pace, not how the society asks me to do, because I am my own individual. Hard work doesn't always guarantee results, but it builds you. As we have seen BTS as fans, and in the starting of their journey, they used to practice in a very tiny rehearsal hall. They used to live in one room, the seven of them in one room. They got a lot of hate and rejection in the starting of their career, and even no budget, like they have They used to have the least amount of budget since the company was not that financially stable, but that didn't stop them from doing what they wanted to do. They worked even harder to achieve their dreams, to overcome all the obstacles they were facing. And that actually made me question myself, like, what if I also work that consistently on me? And this has taught me that growth isn't instant, success isn't instant, but growth is inevitable only if you show up every chance you get. Showing up for yourself will definitely give you the growth you desire. And that is what I have been applying in my life as well, especially with YouTube. I have been doing YouTube for quite some time now, and earlier I wasn't that serious, to be very honest. I was just doing it for fun, for the thought that okay, people will watch my videos. But at that point, since I was not serious, I wasn't being consistent, and my channel didn't see much growth. But since last year, I have been consistent. I am trying to do YouTube seriously because, very honestly, I enjoy this and I love my YouTube. Even if I get little views, I'm happy because I want to share what I have in me, and YouTube gives me that platform. And me being consistent for the past year, it has shown me results. It might not be the result people expect, the instant growth. I haven't reached a million subscribers yet, but what I have seen is that my channel was stuck somewhere near 2k subscribers, and with my consistency in the past year, I have seen a little growth. I have 4k plus subscribers now, and we are working towards achieving our goal of 5k subscribers, and then 10k subscribers, and many more to go. So this is what consistency does, and this is what showing up for yourself does. So yes, that is one of the key lessons which BTS has taught me, and this is something I have actually been applying in my daily life. Connection isn't always about language, and who better to make you learn this lesson than BTS? I don't speak Korean, and I am not someone who understands Korean 100% as well. If I want to talk about my understanding of the Korean language, maybe 5%, even less. But when I listened to this track called Spring Day for the first time, I sobbed, like, literally. I am not someone who gets emotional with songs that easily and movies that easily. You can ask people around me for clarification. I'm not someone like that. But Spring Day did something to me, and because, like, I became a little emotional with that track. Even now, after so many years of being a fan and after listening to Spring Day thousands of times, I still do get emotional at times when I listen to the track. And recently, like when I was listening to Suga's track Amygdala, that track had me choked up. Like, it literally got me emotional. I was literally teary, and not every song can do this to me. It takes a lot for a song to make me like this. And even, like, I can say those songs hit your emotions even without the subtitles. Like, you don't need subtitles to understand the emotion itself. Emotion doesn't need any subtitle, unlike languages. So this is what actually BTS has taught me, that music speaks to a part of you that even you don't understand, and that's what powerful about music and about the artist and their art transcending the boundaries and barriers of languages. Being soft is a strength, it's not your weakness. And It's personally for me, I have never thought that being soft is a weakness. Like, I am someone who always tries to stay strong in even the worst of the worst situations. But do I really think that trying to stay strong and being soft both are two opposite things? No, both take courage and strength, your inner strength, to keep up with. And in a world where, irrespective of your gender, you are being asked to stay strong, especially men who are asked to be tough, stay tough, behave tough, BTS has come out as someone who has made being soft, being kind, being polite very cool and very mainstream. And calling it mainstream doesn't mean that I'm saying that they have made being kind and polite a brand. No, it's not that. It's just that they had more people talking about it now, which was not the case earlier. And they have actually broken all the norms of how a person who is a man should be. I mean, they have broken all the stereotypes. They hug each other, they cry for each other, cry with each other. They write letters to each other to describe how they feel about each other. Like, that depicts the level of comfort they have with each other and the level of security and trust they have with each other. And this reminds me that being gentle or your gentleness isn't a weakness. It's more like a resistance to a world which is obsessed with being cold. You are never really alone, especially if you are a part of this fandom and if you have been BTS fans for years or even for months. You are never alone. Whether it's 3 a.m. live stream of Jungkook just snoring on his live, or listening to different tracks, or singing Natu Natu, or some of the goofy episodes of Run BTS where they are literally trying to betray each other in the games, or whether it's them saying you worked hard today at the end of a concert or a fan sign. There's this weird and beautiful comfort in knowing that somewhere someone else is also having the same feelings as you are. And that connection, it helped me through all my lows, my breakdowns, and even my boring Mondays. Fandom can be a family. Yes, you heard me right. Fandom can be a family. And I can say this with full guarantee because through this fandom, I have met some most of the amazing people in my life, not only in person, but I have met so many people online. And those I may not have met in real life, but there is this very weird connection we have felt with each other and we have formed with each other. And there is this one person I have known. She used to run a fan page for BTS, and I started following her very early on when she was like, when she had only like a couple of thousand followers. And I, even till now, I follow her. And I have seen her grow from 2K followers to 20K followers. And even after that, we kept in touch. Now when she doesn't run that fan page anymore, we still talk sometimes, talk about life, what's going on, what we are trying to do with our life, how we are moving forward. So that's how connections are formed. And when it comes to real life connections, like people I have met in real life, I went to the concert screenings or these documentaries of BTS being released. I went there alone, and then I come out from the hall, from the event, or from that venue with friends, like literally friends. We talk, we chat, we connect, we share memes with each other. That type of connection. And when we feel low, we hype each other up, we bicker about if something is going wrong with fandoms, or we discuss about their comebacks. Like, there is a lot of discussion going on these days in all my fan groups about the apparent comeback they might have after they are discharged from the military. And we end up sharing loads of memes, and we just laugh together and give shoulder to each other when any of us feel like crying or feel low. And this is what I have realized in my 6 years of fandom journey, that being in this fandom, being in army, is not about just standing or following or being fans of the group. It's about being seen by each other and being connected with each other. It's okay to outgrow yourself. It's okay to outgrow many versions of yourself. This is, I have seen in the BTS's journey. BTS has evolved from their debut song No More Dreams to their last comeback in Yet to Come, the Proof album. They have evolved, they have changed through time. And that made me realize that you don't have to be same through and through. Like, you cannot be someone you were when you were 20 and when you are 28 or when you are 30. You cannot be the same person, right? You evolve over time, and you don't have to be the same person, because changes are inevitable. Growth is inevitable, but growth is also beautiful. So let yourself evolve, let yourself grow, and let yourself outgrow from different versions of yourself. Small moments matter the most. And this is, I have learned, because there are so many moments in the fandom journey I have had in last 6 years that actually mean so much to me on a personal level, and to people around me who are the fans of the group as well. Whether it's a little moment during their one of their live streams, or any lyric which might hit you differently, especially when you need it. Sometimes it's not about big performances, it's about those quiet, soft, little BTS moments which stay with you, and they stay with you for a long, long, long time, just like how life is. And lastly, what I have learned is that you don't need to be extraordinary to be loved, and that is one of the most important lessons I have learned. And this is something I try to apply to my life every every chance I get. In one of his live streams, Jin once mentioned that he is just an average guy who loves to eat and sing, and yet we love him. And this is, I'm mentioning because even someone like him, who is a part of this world famous group, people love him, adore him for who he is, he still thinks of him as an ordinary person and no one extraordinary. And that made us love him even more. And that also made me realize that I don't need to achieve everything to be loved, and I'm enough to be loved even if I'm just existing. Like, your parents love you just because you are you. So, yes, 6 years as fans, 7 boys, 200 plus songs, endless laughters, some tears, and healing. This journey of being a BTS fan is not only about streaming their songs or attending their concerts, it's about growing. And I'm tremendously grateful that I get to grow with BTS as my background music. So, if you're an army, if you are an army fan, BTS army, let me know in the comments which of the lessons you resonated with the most, or what is that one lesson that you have learned through BTS. And I will be looking forward to your comments. Also, let me know if you want me to make a video where I mention the lessons I have learned from individual members, like what I have learned from Jin, from Suga, from RM. So let me know that in the comment sections as well, and click on the like button if you have enjoyed this video till here with me. Subscribe my channel, help us grow. And if you are not an army yet, maybe just give it a listen to Magic Shop and see where it goes, see what happens. And until next time, go ahead.